Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some NBA with thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, as you can see, finally got the YouTube set up. It's actually pretty big, so I'll give you guys a little bit more. We got stuff up there, stuff on the side there. So looks pretty good in comparison to my other wall, my old house, where I used to live. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about in this video was a lot of stuff in free agency going on, and it's funny because there's a lot of things. Obviously, the talk of free agency has been obviously Kevin Durant going to the Golden State Warriors, and they're just piling up great talent. It's great talent over there. Then you have the New York Knicks, who have been pretty active this free agency, but very quietly in the Western Conference, the Dallas Mavericks are bolstering the roster. First of all, we'll start with the guys that they have retained. Dirk Nowitzki was a free agent. He takes a pay cut. A guy who deserves, if we're talking about stars that deserve, to be overpaid, and get sort of like a Kobe Bryant type of treatment. Dirk Nowitzki is one of those guys, but he's never gotten that. He's always taken a pay cut for the sake of the team, and that's what a superstar and a franchise player should do. Now, granted, he's still gonna get paid a lot of money. So the terms of the deal were 2 years for $40 million, so he's getting $20 million a year, so it's not like he took too much. It's a ridiculous pay cut, but a pay cut nonetheless. It's the second time he's done that, last time he did it, it allowed the Mavericks to acquire Chandler Parsons. This time it's still making the team better. So Dirk will be playing with the Mavericks till he's 40. He's 38 right now, and when you look at Dirk Nowitzki last season, still had a solid year. 18.3 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and an efficient shooting year as always. A pretty efficient shooting in the playoffs as well. But you can't expect Dirk to hold up at an elite level for much longer. Whatever he gives you, you just take at this point. The dude's an ageless wonder. Nothing but credit to him. Now, outside of Dirk, the Mavericks decided to keep Darren Williams. They signed him to a 1-year deal. Darren, he's 32 years old. He's getting up there in age. He's had his injury problems. Been bitten by the injury bug. But and by the way, the deal's worth $10 million. But Darren Williams, he hasn't been an All-Star in quite some time. But still was a solid player last year. 14 points per game, 6 assists. I think for him, the challenge for him, especially in Dallas, will always just be staying on the floor. So they got a good stable point guard there in Darren Williams. Behind him, they have Devin Harris, and behind Devin Harris, they have JJ Barea. So a good core of point guards in Dallas. So they're pretty good there. But where they really made the improvements to the team, they added 3 new pieces to their team. So we'll start with the big fish out of all of them. They got Harrison Barnes from the Golden State Warriors. They're supposed to be offering him the max contract. And now look, Harrison Barnes played like complete and utter trash in the NBA Finals. He looked like a guy that was at times disinterested, a guy that looked like he was just wanting that max money, and he's gonna get it now. So maybe that'll force him to play better basketball. But for them losing Chandler Parsons, to get a guy like Harrison Barnes, who's 24 years old, has room to grow and mature. He's going to be someone that makes an improvement to that wing spot for them. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he fits in with this whole Golden State core. Aside from Harrison Barnes, you're also bringing Andrew Bogut, who they're going to acquire in a trade. So again, 2 very valuable pieces to the Golden State Warriors. Final NBA Finals teams inserted right into the Mavericks starting lineup. Bogut, one of the best rim protectors in the league, athletic, can catch alley-oops. Comes off of pick and rolls very well. Good signing for them. Darren Williams, a good pick and roll point guard. So it naturally just fits. And the only question with Bogut, he's always been a guy hampered by injuries. Even at 31 years old, he's a little older than he seems. But he suffered that injury. I believe it was a knee injury. And I think for him, it's just going to be can he stay healthy enough for him to be an impact player on the defensive end for the Mavericks? So. If he's able to stay healthy, that's a great pickup for them. And then for the very cheap, they get Seth Curry, not Steph, but Seth Curry. They verbally agreed to terms on a 2-year deal worth $6 million. Now Seth Curry, obviously everybody pays attention to his brother, who was a top 3 player, back-to-back MVP. Seth Curry, on the other hand, doesn't get that much attention paid to him, but still out very quietly in Sacramento last year, had himself a good season. He shot 45% from the field, 45% from the three-point line, on roughly 2.5 attempts per game, averaged 7 points in 15 and a half minutes. So Seth Curry is going to be a guy that can stretch the floor for the Mavericks, and any team that would have got Seth Curry, he would have helped their shooting, dramatically. He's, not like his brother. He's not dribbling the ball and pulling up from 35 and shooting, but still a guy who can come off screens, stand in the corner, and knock down an open jumper. He has that still quick release just like his brother. So overall, the Mavericks, I think they've improved. They're one of the teams that have very quietly improved in a dramatic way. I would expect them to defensively get more stops, for their points to go up. And they're just a team that's acquiring more depth. So I'm actually going to give the Mavericks a lot of credit for what they've been able to do this free agency. But so Seth Curry, Harrison Barnes, Andrew Bogut are all coming to Dallas. Dirk resigns, takes a pay cut. Darren Williams resigns. It looks like the Mavericks have a very formidable team. Maybe even a team that can get past the first round, because they've had their first round woes over the last 3 seasons or so. So let me know what you guys think. Is this Dallas Mavericks team at least good enough to get past the first round of the playoffs this year? And how good do you think these pieces will fit together? Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.